So we have so many slides. I sent it to you. You can print out only the important pages, okay, and then just remember. Okay. This is how German is, because these things we need this all the time. You will see as I go more and more deeper, we'll need this one. Okay, so inshallah we'll start today's lesson. So we go through this one. We still remember this. I think we're pretty good in this one now. We know status, 4 type of status. Number we know, pair, plural, and dual. Okay, singular. Gender, masculine, feminine. There are a few reasons to be feminine. Type, proper and common. When it's become proper. Okay. Especially look at the pronouns is proper. Pointers are proper. Okay. Also ism mausul meaning al-lazina. Ism mausul is al-lazina. Okay. Ya ayyuhal-lazina. Those are proper. The one being called Ya Rab, Ya Allah, these are all proper. The word Ya, the word after the of, if it is proper, the mudaf ilay, then the other one also proper. Then also we talked about the mudaf ilay. We already spoke a lot about that. The jar majrur, this 11 one. So look at the 11. So if you even print out this page, keep it. You can see quickly. Oh, okay. Bata kaf lam wa min fi ala ata ila. Okay. So you can quickly. So these are the things that will make jar majrur. Also we have ism and the harf of nasab, inna, annaka, anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla, and then we have mawsuf sifa, which is adjective, so two words has to become to each other, and they will they cannot be they can be separate also, but as long as they have all 4 properties met. Okay, both of the words are ism. Okay, and the last one was this fragments that we learned. Haza, hazani, hadani, haulai, ulaika, ulaika, zalika, tilka, all these things, okay? And we say, if the word right after the pointing words there's a missing thing, so it's al, so it will be a fragment. If the word after the pointing word does not have an al, it will be a sentence. Note this is also, if there is al after the pointing word, there will be an invisible is, okay, which we're going to talk about today also, okay? Let's go to today's lesson, I think. Okay. So now we're going to learn about something called noun sentences. We talked about ism, okay, and ism, we say ism means noun, but actually we know it's more than noun. Adjective is also comes under ism, adverbs also comes under ism, okay, we learned about all these things. Now there are sentences that are called noun sentences. In Arabic they are called jumla ismiya. Jumla means sentence, ismiya means from ism, okay. So what is noun sentences basically? In simple English term, if you want to ask, if a sentence is based on the nouns, then is a noun sentence. We know that in English, there can't be any sentence without verb. There has to have some verb. But there are sometimes, if there is verb there, but those verb is not the prominent thing. Like if I say, my name is Ronnie, the verb is, but everything else is noun. So it's a prominent noun sentence, okay? So if you find that there's no action by itself in the sentence, so this is a noun sentence. So when you're gonna go to the field study, the field, the action, the verb, then we'll have sentences based on the field. So simple, just remember this, noun sentence is based on nouns, ism, the field sentences is based on field. So in the field sentences, we'll have a proper action, like someone is going somewhere, someone is drinking, someone is praying, someone is giving something, okay, so there will be a proper action, okay. Here, in the sentences, there will be like invisible is. Just like in mudaf ilay, we construct, the house of Allah, right, okay, fadlullah, the favor of Allah, the of is invisible. There's no word for of in Arabic, of, but in English we have. So that's why we have the construction mudaf ilay, and we say, okay, if the construction is like this, then there's of in between. So now today we're going to learn how we're going to find invisible is, okay? So there's 2 words. How are you going to know where should I put the is? Okay, I say my name is Ronnie. There is no word for is in Arabic. There's no word for is or am or are in Arabic, okay? So we have to find out, we have to see some shortcuts, okay? That these are the shortcuts that where we can put a is or a am or a are, depending on who's doing the action. So that is our lesson today, inshallah ta'ala. And all these ways, actually you know all of the way, because when I'm going to show you, these things already. And that's why the fragments are so important. So we learned about words, we learned about fragments, now we are going to construct sentences, okay? At least the part of sentences. So we're going to the big one. So that's the thing I just said. The main difference between fragments and sentence is that sentence have an invisible is, while fragments do not have is, okay? If you remember that the house of Allah, or from from the city, okay, min al madinati, okay, or that is jar majroor. If we say, la'allakum tattakun, la'allakum means, so that you, there's no ease in the fragments. You won't find any ease or am in the fragments, okay. Baitun kabirun. Yes, you can say the house is big, that's where coming. There, some of the fragments has is, but the sentence has is, and it's called invisible is. There are 5 ways to do this, okay. So we have to remember these 5 ways. Whenever you see these 5 things, you put a is in between to translate the things. Number 1 is proper word followed by the common word. A proper word followed by a common word. When a proper word is followed by a common word, there will be an invisible is between the two. For example, Allahu Akbar. Allah is greater. Okay? So the word Allah is proper. Right? Akbaru is not proper. Is there any reason for Akbaru to be proper? No. There's no alif lam, anam. So now these two, what kind of fragment is that? Is it jar majrur? Obviously not. Is it harf of nasab? No, because there's no inna. Those two are very easy to eliminate. You can just look at them and say no. Is there any zalika, tilka, haza, hadi? No. So that's also gone. Is it mudaf, mudaf ilay? No. Why not? Why not?
Allah.
No. Mudaf, mudaf ilay means mudaf doesn't have to have.
The word Akbar is not jar.
Exactly. The word akbar is not jar. Mudaf, the second condition, the mudaf ilay has to be jar. Is akbaru is a jar? No, it's not jar. It's akbaru. Looks like a rafa. It's a oo sound. Okay. So this is none of the fragment actually. This is none of the fragment, and that is another reason we will talk about. But for this one, this rule to remember, you look at Allah and the Akbar. The one is proper. The word Allah is proper because we know Allah is a name of our God Allah. So name is always proper, and the word Allah is always proper. And the next is followed by a improper, like a common word. So you put a is in between. So that's why Allahu Akbar is mean Allah is great, or Allah is greater, or is greatest. So that's why we say Allah is greater. Okay. So then you put a is in between. Okay. So that's one of the way to put an is. Okay. Next one. Original or independent pronouns. Remember in the pronoun chart we had original or independent pronouns, not the nasab or jar version, the proper rafa version. An original pronoun, also known as independent pronoun, will always have an invisible is or appropriate version right after it. So huwa means actually when we say he, huwa means he. Actually huwa, whenever you see in the Quran huwa, it means he is. It means he is. Anta means you are. Okay, and whenever you say anta, it means you are. Ana means I am, and huwa. So they it is a put an example. Huwa Rashidun means he is mature. He is a Rashid. He is mature. Whenever you see a who, huwa, anta, like the proper pronoun, original version, the independent pronoun, you put an is after that. You put an is after that. You can say is it going to be was? Here there could be was or where, depending on the tense. When we're going to see this later, okay? Depending on the context, depending on the other part of the sentence. But you know that there must be a is or was. Okay, so basically huwa itself is actually, it's not he, it means he is. Anta means you are, ana means I, nahnu means we are. Okay, so that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said nahnu anzalna ilaykum. So we have revealed you, but there's a verb here. Okay, or you say Allah said nahnu, or in all of this Allah said innani, and you say innani Allah. So I am Allah. So there's no am word for am, but inna means ana means I am, so that's why I put Allah. Okay, so that's another way to find out is. So number 1 is proper followed by common. Number 2 is original pronoun. It's very easy to remember. Number 3, harf of nasab of ism. So whenever you see a harf of nasab, inna, anna, ka'anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla, there is a is after that actually. So after this fragment is ism or victim, there will always be an invisible is. Example, innaha sagiratun. No doubt, innaha. No doubt it is small. Okay? Like innal insana. Innal insana lafi khusr. Okay? Innal insana, and then you put an is. Because innal insana is a fragment which is nasab. The victim of nasab, half of nasab. Because inna making the insana. Okay? So innal insana means definitely human beings are lafi khusrin, in trouble. Okay? So that's how you put this one. Number 4, pointing words following by, and we talked about this, following by anything other than that. Okay, so if there is a al, then there is no is. So if we say hazal Quran, we say this Quran. But if we say haza Quranun or haza kitabun, okay, there is no al, then this is a book. Okay, if we say haza huwa kitabun, this is the book. Okay, so if the word after the pointing word does not have al, there will be an is after the pointing word. Example, haza baitun, this is a house. Haza baitun, this is a house. Okay, but if I say hazal baitu, this is this house. You can say this house. Okay, and the last one is very important. That's why it will be big. Break in the chain. And if you follow the last one, other ones also will be simple. Why? Break in the chains mean we now, if I give you a sentence like in the exam, you can see where are the fragments. Okay, you can find the fragment. Sometimes you will find that these two words has a connection between them, but the word after that has no connection. You cannot find any fragment after that. If you see a break of chain, you cannot find out any fragment between these two words. Then you put a is between them. Okay, so you have 5 fragments. If you can see there's no fragments between them, then you put a is. Just like the word Allahu Akbar, we found out there is no fragments. So then after the Allah, word Allah, you put an is. Okay, so if you find a break of chain, it will be. So like the word Alhamdulillah, look at this. The lillah, Alhamdu means what? All praise. Okay. Now, is there anything alhamdu and lillah? No. Lillahi has a fragment. There is a lam here. In the word Allah, there is a lam here. When you write it in Arabic, it attaches together. It's like lam, then Allah. Lillah. Lillah means for Allah. We know what type of fragment is that? Jar majrur, because it's one of the 11 things. Okay? Lillah. But is there any connection with alhamdu and lillahi? No. It is not jar majrur. Obviously, it is not harf of nasab, harf of jar, because alhamdu is not one of them. Can you see any inna, anna? Can you see any bata, kaf, lamwa? No, you cannot see that. Can you see jalika, tilka? No. All 3 out. Is it mudaf, mudaf ilayhi? No. Because mudaf cannot have al. Okay? So it's not even that one. Is it mausuf sifa? So this is the tricky one. You know, the other 3 one, like the pointing word, jar, mazrur, these 3 are very easy to eliminate, because you know you cannot see them. But the mausuf sifa and mudaf ilayhi, you just have to think a little bit. So is this a mausuf sifa? No, because it's proper. Alhamdu word is proper. Okay, that Allah is proper. So one matches. Okay, Alhamdu is in Rafa status. Alhamdu, is it Rafa? The word Allah? No, so it doesn't match. So this is not mausuf sifa. So when there is no matching between the 2 words, nothing we can see. None of our 5 fragments is fitting here. So then we put a is. That's why we say all praise is for Allah. All praise and gratitude is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So alhamdulillah. Look at the next example. Lahu mulkus samawati wal ard. Lahu mulkus samawati wal ard. So lahu is a fragment. What type of fragment, Brother Tanvir? Lahu. Bata, kaf, lam. This is jar majrur, one of the jar majrur. Okay. Lahu mulkus. Okay. So lahu means for him or to him, you can say, it's the same thing. Mulkus samawati. So there is no connection between lahu and mulkus. Mulkus samawati is a fragment, right? Mudaf ilayhi. Mulkus samawati means the kingdom of the heaven, and mulkul are also the same. This wa is an and. So the kingdom, the mulk of sama and mulk of ard. So that is whole is mudaf ilayhi. But there is no connection between mulk and lahu. Right? So we have to put a is there. So we say to him or for Allah. You can also say for Allah is belongs to the mulk of sama and mulk of ard. That's right. So there's a break of the chain in that one. There's a break in there. And also I give the example innal insana. Innal insana. If you see the word innal insana, then the next one is la fi. And I mentioned before, la fi. Fi is one of the half of jar. This la is not the half of jar. We said there are 11 types of lam, right? This la means emphasis lam, meaning fi means in, the la fi means definitely in. Allah is putting emphasis, okay? So this la with insana has no connection. So innal insana is one fragment, and la fi khusrin is one fragment. Fi khusrin is a fragment. jar majrur. Fi making the khusrin jar. So this part is one, fi khusrin is one side, innal insan is one side. In between no connection. If there is no connection, there is a break in the chain, you put a is in between. Understand everybody? Let's see this one. So another thing is, see here, note that the first break in the chain is where is the invisible is will be. It is possible for a noun sentence to have multiple breaks in the chain. Okay, and we'll see one of the examples, inshallah. If not today, next class, we'll see some more example like this. Okay, so it is possible for a noun sentence to have multiple breaks in the chain. So there's a big line, you see one break here, connection, 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 another break, and then connection. Okay, so if you have two breaks in connection, you put the is in the first break. You put the is in the first. Later on in future, when you go to advanced, we know that where to put the is. Okay, I mean, if there's 2, 3 multiple things, there's a big ayah, big lines. Okay, then. But in most of the cases, you put the is in the first break. You find out. Okay, and that and we'll see one of this example like this. These are 6 examples. We can quickly do this one. Look at this, the first one. Ulaika ala hudam min rabbihim. Right? Ulaika ala hudam min rabbihim. We know the meaning of it, but look at the break. Where is the break? Brother Shiraz, try it. So ulaika is one of the pointing word, right? What is ala? Is also harf of jar. Okay. Ala hudam. Is it ala hudan? Is it a fragment? Ala al huda?
No.
It is.
Yes, it is a fragment. Jar majrur.
Jar majrur. Is it jar majrur, Mustafiz?
No.
Yes.
Okay. Why not? No. Let's see.
No. It's not jar, it's
For
possible.
Allah, it is.
Allah should make the next word jar.
Jar, it's not so.
It's jar, no.
It is jar. Hudan is jar. Because hudan is a non-flexible word. It's rafa, nasab and jar is all same.
Doesn't sense.
And that iya is called alif maksura.
How can Udan jar?
We say, when you say the non-flexible word, if you go to the chat, we had, like, when you say the prophet's name, non-flexible prophet's name, that time huda was one of the words. Okay. Then also adnin, jannatin adnin is also one of the words. So huda is
Maksura is always make it non-flexible.
yeah, kind of, yes, always, most of the time, yes. So ulaika, so ala huda is also a fragment. We understand that.
Yeah.
Min rabbihim. How many fragments are there? Tell me.
3.
Mean.
So 2. Mean.
Yes.
1. Rabbihim another one.
Very good. Min is which one? Jar majrur.
Jar majrur.
Because min is one of the 11 words. Rabbihim is mudaf mudaf ilayh. Because there is an attached pronoun. Rabbihim means their Lord. Rabbihim means their Lord. So, the ulaika has any connection with Allah? No. Ulaika has no connection with Allah. Because ulaika is a pointing word. It's following by a word, this is harf. Allah is a harf of jar. So there is no connection between. So you have to put a is or an r, because ulaika is plural. Ulaika means those. Those are the one who has the mercy from their Lord. I mean the Rabbihim, the guidance from the Lord. Everybody understand?
Yes.
Okay, next one. Walahum azabun azimun. Walahum, forget about the was means and, okay. Lahum, it's a fragment?
Yes.
It is a fragment, okay. Is there any connection with lahum and azabun?
No.
No. So we have to, so for them is azabun azimun. Brother Munzur, azabun, azab means, what is azab means? Punishment. Azim means great. So what is the fragment between azabun and azimun? What type of fragment out of this 5 fragments? Excellent, most of sifa, because all property matches. Okay, so these 2, the last 2 has a fragment. The walahum is a fragment by itself, mudaf jar majrur, but there's no connection between them. So for them is azabun alim. So for them there's a great punishment. Okay, Allah is talking about the disbeliever. Okay, fi qulubihim maradun. Fi qulubihim maradun. So fi qulubihim. Fi is a harf of jar, and qulubihim is also a fragment. Okay. Now this fi, is it affecting qulubihim? It is. It is. Look. Yeah. Qulubihim. Him is making jar. Okay. So fi qulubihim, in their heart, but maradun is separate. Maradun has no connection with qulubihim. You cannot say mawsuf sifa. You cannot say mudaf mudaf ilayh, and obviously it's not other three. There's no jalika, tilka, inna, anna, nothing. So in their heart is maradun. Maradun means what? Disease. So in their heart is disease. Okay? In their heart is. So first two is a fragment itself. There's two fragments there. Next word is separate by itself. There's a break in the chain and you put a is. Okay? Then Allahu nurus samawati wal ard. Whenever you see the Allah and nur is a proper word. It's not al-nur. Okay? So Allah is a proper word, the word Allah, and it's following by the nur. So Allah is the light of the heaven and the earth. Nurus samawati wal ard. What is this?
Light of the sky.
No, I mean, what's the fragment?
Mudaf.
Mudaf ilayh. Nurus sama, light of the sky and the world and the earth. Okay? So Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. Okay? وَهُوَ الَّذِي أَنزَلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً. That's a tricky one. وَهُوَ الَّذِي.
This is after the pronoun, so there should be a is after the huwa, the independent.
Yes, there's a, because huwa is an independent pronoun, so he is the one. Allazi means is the one. Okay. Anzala is a verb. Anzala means to send down or even minas samai ma'an. Okay. Also there's a samai ma'an. Ma'a means water. Okay. Here's rain basically. Minas samai. There's nothing connection between sama and ma. So there is a break in the chain also here. Okay. But we put that Allah is the one who sent rain from the sky. Rain from minas sama is a jar majrur. Okay, so rain from. We don't put another is after the water, like after the sky. Okay, because there's two break here. We put is after huwa allazi. So this is Allah who sent it. Okay, Zalika Isa ibn Maryam. Zalika Isa ibn Maryam. Is there anything Zalika and Isa? No, there's no connection. Isa ibn Maryam. Ibn Maryam is a fragment, meaning the son of Maryam. The son of Maryam. Go straight. Okay, so Zalika means that is Isa ibn Maryam. And this is also we can say because there is no al. There is no al. If there is no al, we put an is. Right? Or not? So if we say Zalika Kitabun, Zalikal Kitab is, there is no is. That is book, that book. So here that is, there is no al here, so that is not, that is Isa ibn Maryam. We have to put out, okay? That is Isa ibn Maryam, okay? Everybody understand? We have some.
Why is not after Isa?
Why it is not after Isa? Isa ibn Maryam is one fragment, I think. Or maybe there's two Isa ibn Maryam. Isa, the son of Mary.
That Isa is son of Maryam. That's how it sounds to me.
Yeah. So Isa is the son of Mary. There's two break.
Two
So
breaks,
after
yeah.
Zalika is one break, after Isa is one break.
Another break, yeah.
So that's why. But if you have two break, we put the is in the first break. So
Oh.
that is Isa ibn Maryam. I think we'll finish this one here today, inshallah ta'ala. So next class we'll do some more examples, and then in the Jumla Ismiya we have different components of Jumla Ismiya, and we're gonna talk about that. Okay. So I'll bring some more examples like this in so we can find out those ones, and then inshallah we'll discuss.